All right, everybody. How you doing? This is Schaefer, Schaefer TV. Got a nice little video today. Going to go over the Premier League season. I'm not going to go into the players of the season. Not yet. I'm just going to talk about a couple key things. But first, I'd appreciate if you guys could like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Leave a comment. Appreciate it. All right, let's get into this. Okay. Premier League season is over. This is the quick recap. Champions for a fourth straight time is the Manchester 115 charge. Sorry about that. It's my fault. It's the Manchester City. Four-peat. 4 times in a row. 115 Chargers. 4 times in a row, though. Congratulations to them. They, without a doubt, have the best team in the league. I think that if they really did put the pedal to the metal, they probably could have ended the season with over 100 points. More than likely, they're tired from last year's treble, 115. Either way, 4 times in a row, good for them. The rest of the league really needs to step this shit up, man. 115, though. All right. Also, I got to give a little shout out to Arsenal. Arsenal were very, very good this year. They were never great, and they're never going to be great. I've made a video about this, guys. They're never going to be great until they get about 2 more players. They need 2 more big-time players that can come through for them in those big moments. They don't have that right now, but shout out to them. They had a wonderful season as well. 2nd place. Sloppy seconds. 115. Anyways, all right, let's go over this. My biggest surprise team this season, and I remind you guys, these are mine, okay? It's not anybody else's, it's mine, in my opinion. But my biggest surprise team this season was, without a doubt, in my mind, Tottenham. And the reason I say that it was Tottenham is because of a few things. First and foremost, they lost their best player. Not just their best player, the best striker in the world, Harry Kane. So they lost the best striker in the world, and they still finished 5th. They finished with more points this year than when they had Kane, and they scored more goals this year than when they had Harry Kane. So kudos to them. I think Ange Postecoglou has done a great job. I think they fell off quite a bit at the end of the year, but he's done a great job. Most of the team they've been injury riddled the whole season, like a few other teams, but more so for Tottenham. A lot of key players were out in a lot of key positions. But they could have done even better, but the last 7 or 8 games was just piss poor. Just piss poor. They could have finished at least 8 or 9 points higher. But, it is what it is. Sometimes that's the way it goes. I will say this. Somehow they still got 5th, even though all these things happen. But when their squad is healthy, they do have a very solid squad when they're all healthy. Like, they really do. They are missing a couple pieces. They need another reliable striker. Richarlison is good, but they need somebody that's more reliable than him, I would say. And to be honest, they need a better midfield partnership. Bissouma and Sarr had started the majority of the season together. That's just not going to get it done if you want to be a top of the table team in the Premier League. Sarr, Højlund, Skip, Bentancur, and Bissouma is not. That doesn't really. It's not striking fear into the hearts of anybody. That they're not really going to control very many games versus top opponents. They need a couple better midfielders to get out there with them. Probably going to have to get rid of some of them. Maybe like Bentancur and Bissouma and Højbjerg. Probably, I would say those 3 probably got to go. Those guys aren't going to win you games. They're not even going to control the game versus top teams. It's just the way it is. They need to bring in a couple more midfielders and probably another viable winger as well as a forward. And I think that they could be onto something if they do that. Next, we're going to go on to the biggest disappointment, the biggest disappointing team of the season. And that, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, is without a doubt Manchester United. Just shameless. Celebrating other teams' losses and stuff. Just shameless. 115 Chargers. Anyways, United, 8th place on the table this year. It's the lowest ever for United. They had 60 points, only 2 points shy of the lowest point total ever. They finished the season with a -1 goal differential, just embarrassing. 14 losses in league is another record for Ten Hag. I don't even want to get into the European competition this year. It's just even more fuel to the fire. But this is strictly Premier League. This was a season that top four was without a doubt achievable for United. We should have been that top four. We could have. We finished 8 points behind Villa, and we were terrible. We were terrible this year. Absolutely terrible. We should have finished top four, but the manager just couldn't get the best from his players. Yes, we had a lot of injuries. Yes, that's true. But let me go over a few things real quick. We have losses this season. We lost the double to Palace. Palace beat us both times this year. We lost to Fulham. We lost to Nottingham Forest. We lost to West Ham. We lost to Bournemouth. And we lost to Brighton. Now, we lost other games as well. But I bring these games up specifically because, okay, let's go ahead and say Brighton. Okay, let's go ahead and say we draw that. And let's say we draw West Ham. Or we still lose those. Fine, whatever. 2 losses to Palace. That's 6 points. A loss to Fulham. That's 9 points. A loss to Nottingham Forest. That's 12 points. A loss to Bournemouth. That's 15 points. If we win the games that we should have won, we're at 75 points comfortably in 4th place this year. I think we're 7 points into 4th place this year. We comfortably. We should have won these matches. There's no reason we shouldn't have. Yes, injuries. Yes, this. Yes, that. We have better players in those teams. It's just, it's not even worth arguing that. Anybody that says different is an idiot. All right, that would have put us firmly in 4th, where we definitely should have finished, considering we had the double on Villa this year, and you know what? Tottenham crapped themselves in the end of the season. The last 7-8 games, they just disappeared. So we should have been able to pull this off. We didn't, and it's just embarrassing. And for that alone, to be honest, Erik ten Hag deserves a sack. He really does. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. You know, it is what it is. But most disappointing team of the year, Manchester United, without a doubt. Take it to the bank. Hopefully next year we're better. I hope. I've had enough crying this year. All right, lastly, the manager of the year, 100% Unai Emery. Without a doubt. A lot of people could say Pep. A lot of people could say Arteta. Well, that's just crap. It's Unai Emery. Unai Emery got this team into the Champions League this year. 4th place finish. I think we can all agree via squad, looking at their squad, looking at the players, looking at the manager, we all thought, okay, 7th or 8th probably this season. And you know what? He dragged that team up to 4th. He's getting the absolute best out of some of his players like Diaby. He's getting the best out of, I can't remember the name of him right now. He's the Jamaican winger though, but Watkins, and Jesus, John McGinn is just looks like a savant on the field. He's getting the best out of his players. He's done a remarkable job this season. Got him into Champions League, and he had incredible wins, huge wins. 1-0 versus City, and then 3 days later he had a 1-0 win versus Arsenal in December. Just incredible. Just shocked us all when they did that. Also, they went on to beat Arsenal again. They pulled a double on Arsenal this year at the Emirates. So, I mean, in a way, you could thank Villa for, City and the 115 charges. But anyways, they also pulled off a draw against a Liverpool squad who was up 3-1 in the final 10 minutes of the match. Villa managed to grab 2 goals and scrape a draw in that game. Wonderful game to watch. It was a brilliant match. You know what? But the reason Villa had such a good season was, this is the 100% reason, was because they beat the teams that they were supposed to beat. There wasn't very many matches that they lost that they were the better team, okay? They beat the teams they were supposed to beat, and then the teams that are bigger than them, that are better than them, they competed very well against, and sometimes they came up with big wins against them, and then sometimes they lost. But the games that they were supposed to win, they won. And that's what you're supposed to do. It sounds, when you look at it like that, it makes complete sense. I know it's a lot harder than that when you get out there and when you run on the pitch and everything, but that's the way it is. They got a saying in basketball, you got to win. You win 50% of your games on the road, and then you have to have a 60 or higher winning percentage at home. And when you do that, you're a playoff team. Well, you know what, man? Villa did that. They did that. They played brilliant. They won the games they were supposed to win, and against the bigger clubs, they competed. And that's all you can ask for. It got them into the Champions League position this year, and well done to them. They deserve it. Unai Emery deserves it. He should win Manager of the Year. That's what I would say. That's my pick. All right, I am going to be back with another video soon on the players of the season and certain positions and goals of the year and things of that sort. So, but only for the Premier League, not for any kind of European competitions. That might be a later video, but stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Until next time, guys, have a good one. This is Shafe with Shafer TV. See you.